Nordic Mountain is a small Wisconsin ski resort at an elevation of 1,137 feet. The vertical drop is only 265 feet. They only have 60 skiable acres, and on average it only gets 60 inches of snow a season, so if you get a powder day there, you're super lucky. And today we are reviewing Nordic Mountain. This is our resort review series where we go to a ski resort, we absolutely rip it, re-shred it, we explore it, we see what it has to offer, then we come back here and we're gonna give it a score from 0 to 100. Now the way we're gonna get that score is by going through 10 categories. Each category getting a score from 0 to 10. 0 is not applicable, meaning they don't have it at all. 1 is terrible, 5 is average, and 10 is best in the world. Now these are the rules we play by. This is how we're going to rank a ski resort. It's just how it's going to be. But at the end of the video, I'm going to give it a score from 0 to 100, but really the most important thing is I'm going to tell you who this resort is for. Now the first category, lift prices. How expensive is it to come to Nordic Mountain? At $49 for the day, that's an incredible price. In the world of the $100 to $200 day pass, like anytime you could get a lift ticket for under 50 bucks, you're winning. So I gave them a 5 when it came to lift prices. Now lodging, ski in, ski out. Can you do that at Nordic? No, but they do have an Airbnb that is listed on their website that you can rent. I think it's the only one. Now this isn't a massive ski resort, but I'm sure it's not easy to get this property, but they do have it. So when it comes to lodging, I gave them a 1 for lodging. Now, ease of access, how easy is it to get to Nordic? Well, it's in the Midwest, so you're not driving over any gnarly passes or anything like that. It's just traditional Midwest farmland, super easy to drive in. And if you fly into Milwaukee, you're looking at a 2.5 hour drive to the ski resort. So super easy to get there, so I gave them a 5 for the ease of access. Now before we continue, if you're wondering why I rode this resort or you want to see any other ski resort that I have ridden, make sure you go check out resortskimaps.com. This website has every ski resort in the United States and all of the green snowboarders, other places we have been to, so you can check out and see if I've gone to your ski resort yet, or if the person is still red. That means we haven't been there yet and we're coming your way. You can check out our schedule to see if we're coming your way this season. But Resort Ski Maps is literally one of the funnest, coolest resort interactive maps for everything skiing and snowboarding. I use it to plan all of my ski vacations, so check out resortskimaps.com, linked in the description. Now lifts, we got to get up the mountain. What kind of lifts do they have? Well, they have 2 chair lifts. One's a 2-seater, one's a 3-seater, and they have 5 surface lifts, meaning tow ropes, everything like that. The park has its own specific tow rope, and the lifts are like nothing crazy special, nothing bad about them. They don't stand out or anything, but I will say on a busy weekend or something like that, I could see the 2 lifts being a problem and the line getting pretty long. So I gave them a 2 for chair lifts. Now runs, we got up, we got to get down. How are the runs? Well, there's only 60 acres to ski, so there's only 16 runs, not a lot of choices. Once again, the vertical drop is only 265 feet, so short runs, not a lot of choices. The runs aren't the thing that stands out the most at this ski resort. If they do get a good snow year, you can dip into the trees a little bit, the woods or whatever, so that's pretty neat. But overall, like, the runs were kind of like, it was a little steep and then it got pretty mellow after it. And so for that, I gave them a 2 for the runs. Now park, I had an incredible time at this park. This is what you expect from the Midwest, is showing up to the little ski resort and having a tow rope for the train park and then just having an absolute blast. They had a large jump, like a 25, 30-foot jump that we were actually able to throw 7s on. It was incredible. It wasn't built like a Midwest jump too, which is really nice. They had really rad rails, but they were a little on the thin. I actually broke my rib that day there. Check this clip out, this sucked. It's always a good sign to end the park riding after that. Oh. So despite getting hurt, everything like that, the park was a blast. This is like the cherry of that park, and so I gave them a 4 when it came to the terrain park. Now, if you're enjoying this video, consider snagging some Evolution stickers. We do have a ski version for all the skiers out there. Throw it on the side of your helmet or your boards and let everyone know you are a part of Team Buckhouse. The merch really does support the dream. It's how I get to do this for a living. So thank you to everyone that is snagging the merch. If you do snag it, tag me on Instagram and I'm following back one person a week that is snagging the merch. So shout out to you guys. Now, food. After I got broke off, I was hungry. We had to go get some food, and the lodge was like your typical Midwest lodge, but they had cheese curds and they were delicious cheese curds, but it's what you're gonna expect from a Wisconsin or just a Midwest lodge. You know, cheese curds, hamburgers, hot dogs. So I gave them a 5 when it came to the lodge food. Now, views and scenery. How sick are the views? Well, it's the Midwest. You're kind of just overlooking woods despite being on one of the highest points in the area. Your views are not great. If you are showing up at sunset, I mean, that's the best view you can get in the Midwest is a sunset view, and so I gave them a 2 for views and scenery. Now, employees. We cover employees because an employee can absolutely make or break your day on the mountain. You can have an employee go above and beyond, make sure your skis are perfect, the board's the right height, everything like that. Or you can have an employee not care and just rush you out of the rental and you have a bad day because you got the wrong equipment, things like that. So that's why we cover employees. I personally had a horrible experience at Keystone with an employee. You can check out the video right here. And that would have ruined someone's vacation. So that's why we cover employees. And at Nordic Mountain, the employees were rad. A lot of the kids that worked the park crew were actually just riding that day. They were vibing with us. Everyone in the lodge was super sick. So I give them a 6 for employees. They definitely made our day better. Like, super nice, sweet people. I remember getting the tickets too, and they're just like the nicest of the nicest people. And so then this leads me to the last category, the would I go back factor. Because if I want to go back to a ski resort, why would I recommend it to you guys? And I will say, I love Nordic. Because when I think of the Wisconsin, it's one of my favorite resorts in the area. I remember just having like the sickest night in the park, and like, dude, I want to go back. I want revenge. I want to revenge my rib. So I would definitely go back to Nordic. But once again, if you're enjoying this and you want to see if I reviewed your ski resort, check out the resort review playlist. We literally have covered so many ski resorts. And if you're trying to plan a vacation, checking out which one's got the top ranks and things like that, that might be a good place to start. So check out the resort review playlist right here. Or once again, on resortskimaps.com, we actually have all the resorts listed for you on the website. All right, score out of 0 to 100. What score did Nordic get? They got a subscribe. A 37, which is pretty typical for a Midwest ski resort, but who is this resort for? Obviously, it's for beginner skiers and snowboarders. You can learn here, develop a bunch of skills, and go to like a bigger resort like in Colorado. But really, like the park rat, the park shredder, I always say, like, if you're someone in Texas and you don't have a ton of money, but you want to go skiing and snowboarding, like, why not go to a place like this, you know, for 2 or 3 days, save a ton of money. And if you're trying to get good at the park, like, they have the park for you to get better at, which is really rad. So I don't know, I always think people need to stop spending all their money on these mega ski resorts and just go on like nice little Midwest trips. I think they'll be surprised at the type of trip they can have going to the Midwest instead of Colorado. But with all that being said, thank you so much, Team Buckhouse, for shredding with me today. In other words, thanks for watching. Keep evolving. We'll see you guys tomorrow in the video. It's daily on the channel. We do stuff like this daily.